Sorry, little one.
覚悟してろよ。行くぜ。
Welcome to Worldbreaker Who's Reviews. I'm your host, Worldbreaker Koo, and today we're looking at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Blue Ranger, Leonardo, and Black Ranger, Donatello, and Pudgy Pig. We'll start with the single figure by himself, the Pudgy Pig figure. I picked this guy up from Target, and I saw him on shelves for quite a while, but I just finally bit, no pun intended, because I like the way he looks, okay? I love this mouth action. You can see all up in there. It's quite, look at that, okay? Pretty crazy. I like the paint on his teeth, although it's a little sloppy here. Nice little silver with a little bit of marbleization on the helmet. And this part comes off, it's in package, so you will have to attach it, but it goes in relatively easy, okay? And then you got the fork and the knife. Now, I will say a couple things about the fork and the knife. I wish they could have used just a little bit of paint on these because they look pretty plasticky, if you see what I'm talking about. And I'm getting some trouble with lighting right now. Let's try a different light fixture. There we go. That's a little bit better. So yeah, the light on, or the paint on these, or lack thereof, does kind of suck. I think it could have done better with a different color. It would have been perfect. I do like the little effect you get here. And he does have some extra hands that he comes with. Well, I'll just show them to you because I really don't use them. One's expressive and wide. The other one's a fist. But let's be honest, I'm never going to not have him holding his hands just because it looks better with these accessories. As far as his movement and articulation, he can go that wide out. God, his body looks nasty. He can bend his knee about that much, maybe a little bit more. About that much. There we go. A little bit more. He can touch his back, the back of his head. There is thigh swivel. And that hoof looks so gnarly. I love it. But his arms they have a butterfly joint, but it doesn't really go very far, so that kind of sucks on it. So yeah, I'm really gonna leave this figure alone. I will say, if you do like the massive monsters and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I think you'll like it, but you could easily pass on this as well if you're not a big monsters fan. Okay, so let's get Pudgy Pig out of here and review what we really came to see, and that's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Turtles. And honestly, I still have not read this book yet. Eventually I'm going to buy it, pick it up, but it does look good. They do come with two heads. There's Leonardo head, which I think looks absolutely stupid with it on. Not a fan of how these heads look. Just no thank you. I'll keep my Power Ranger head on. That looks much better to me. And just for the sake of being completely transparent and showing you all the looks, here is Donatello with his head on. And I just think it looks stupid. I'm sorry. Alright. I just don't like the way these look. So I will be keeping the heads on them. Maybe I'll paint the eyes eventually, but they look too derpy. Before we start, they come with a slew of hands, okay? I mean, a lot. You got this one, you got some fisted ones, you've got some other graspy ones, you get it, okay? So I do like that. They also come with two weapons each. He's got the sword, the axe, that turns to a gun. Although I have not been able to get this to move down and like operate like the original from the Black Ranger. Then he has a bow staff like axe, which I think is a really cool effect that comes with it as well. That is removable. I love that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this on the back or keep this one on there, but I do really like it. Let's compare him next to the actual Black Ranger. And you can see the blacks they use are a bit different. This one's more, I don't know. It's more, just slightly more matte, if you can tell here. But it's very close. The helmet eye color is different. The silver looks to be a little bit different as well. The mask. But the gold really pops on the Donatello Black Ranger. And very nice splits. Look how, you see how easy that was to do? He goes wider than the Ranger. That's nuts. Okay? Especially with the guy with the shell. So they absolutely killed it. Maybe they're trying to get the license for Turtles afterwards. I do love that articulation. He can kick up pretty good. And of course, he's got the double knee joints. He can kick his own shell. The shell is a little bit odd. It's not as easy to see down in here. Definitely Leonardo's is a little bit further out. But they do have butterfly joints, but there's not much of a butterfly, to be honest with you. But at least gives you some articulation. What else? I think that's about it for the Black Ranger. And again, I like the way he looks. I like that he has a red there, unlike this Black Ranger. But it is what it is. Let's take a look at Leo. And this is what I say about Leo. You can see he is all the way down there. It's a much bigger gap. And I don't know why that is. It does bother me that his gap is that huge. His weapons look good. And just like the other Blue Ranger, you can combine his weapons. Let me show you. If I can get it out of his hand. You can combine his weapons. Like so. Get some Darth Maul action. Let me compare this to the original one. If I can find the original weapon, because I don't actually usually keep it on. Okay. So here's the original weapon that came with the Power Rangers, Blue Ranger. As you can see, it's much darker, but you still get the same effect. There's still the coin on there, but I like the gold and silver on this one versus the other one. And he has a nice lightning effect. Let's get the Blue Ranger in here. And you can tell they are definitely different blues. But the weapons are still very similar, okay? It's kind of like they merged Billy's weapon with Leonardo's. So I think that looks good. He has some nice storage where he can unhook these and put them in the back. However, putting it in the back, I will say it does scrub off some of the paint. So I tend to not do that. I tend to keep it in his hands just because I really don't want the paint being scrubbed off. And he has the same articulation as Donatello, which is to say, very good articulation. So all in all, I'm very happy with the Turtle Rangers. I will be getting the entire set complete with Tommy, the Foot Soldier, and Shredder, the Green Ranger. So I'll keep you updated on what I think about these and put them all together at the end. So thanks for watching this review. Until next time, peace and mighty Morphin grease.